Hello and welcome for the love of food. Today we're going to be making some wonderful steaks and we're going to use the sous vide method. So this is the newest, latest, greatest fad in cooking. Everybody's talking about it and it's a wonderful piece of equipment that allows you to cook your food as evenly as possible. So why do people use this method versus just throwing it on a grill or putting it in a pan? And the reason for that is that when your meat is cooking, whether it's meat or seafood or whatever it is you want to do, even eggs, it's going to heat the water very slowly and it's going to maintain that even cooking until it reaches the temperature of doneness. So you don't have to worry anymore about overcooking a nice piece of meat like a fillet. Now, it isn't going to give it that nice brown sear on the top that we all like, that crispiness on the outside of the meat. But that's okay, because we're going to do a reverse sear when we're done with the sous vide. We will then drop our steaks in a pan on either side with a little bit of olive oil, butter, and a little rosemary just to finish that off. And we'll get that crispiness without overcooking the steak. So we'll be back in just a few minutes to show you what is needed to be able to use this sous vide method aside from the sous vide stick. All right, thanks for watching For the Love of Food. Welcome back for the love of food. So the first step in sous vide is making sure that you have your item vacuum sealed. So I took my filet and put it in this little vacuum bag and used my sealing meal to vacuum it up. So I did the first one and now we'll do the second one together. All right, so we're gonna just open this up. I've already got a preformed bottom on my seal. So we're gonna just drop our steak in. Now some people will tell you you can put the spices right in with the steaks or whatever. I'm just gonna try them plain and just do my spices on the finish. I have salted, okay, we've lost our little focus there, there we go. I have salted the steaks, so that much I did do. I always believe in salting the meat before we get started. All right, so then we're just gonna pop it in our sealing meal, get all the air out of the steak. We'll vacuum seal. As you can see, it's pulling that air right out of my baggie. And it tells me that it's sealing, and the light will go off when it's done. And the light is off, so my meat is sealed. It's that simple. So now we have all the air that has been removed from our steak bag, and it is sealed. So that is the first step in having sous vide. So you don't want to have air in the bags. Now some people online will show you that you can do this with a Ziploc baggie, and you may be able to do it that way. I prefer to use these. All right, so we'll be back in just a moment to show you how to get the sous vide set up, and we'll pop those steaks in. Be right back. Thanks for watching. Sous vide stick in the water, plugged it in. I know that it's on because it's telling me what the current temperature is of the water, which is 58 degrees point something. It's vacillating a bit. And then I'm able to decide what I want to cook my meat temperature to. So I could move the dial and change it. If I wanted my meat to be quite rare, I could move it down to below 130. I'm going to set this to 133. I happen to like my steak more on the medium. And we're going to press the on button. All right, so we're going to have this heating up until that temperature reaches 133. And it says 133.5, so I'm just going to move it down to 133 even. As you can see, that water temperature has already come up to 62, almost 63 degrees. So it's starting to work. Now it'll be about an hour before these steaks are done, and then we'll come back and we'll pull them out. We'll take a look at them together, and then we will throw them into a nice hot fry pan and sear them off with the spices that I'm going to use today, which is going to be shallots and rosemary. And then we're going to be plating this with some vegetables as well. All right, we'll be back in just for the love of food. What I want to show you is very exciting, our sous vide. has reached a temperature where it's almost done. I'm going to come on this side and take a look. We are trying to get to 133 and we are at 132.9. Now, it didn't take long for us to get it up to this temperature at all. And if you touch the sides of my pan is very warm. So you're going to want to, if you use the pan method, make sure that you put it somewhere where it's out of reach of little hands and not on a surface where it's going to heat up the surface as well. So just an FYI, something to think about if you're going to be using the sous vide method. All right, great. We'll be back in just a few moments to sear this up in our pan.